Hi everybody, it's Lorraine with Rags to Stitches USA, back again for my third video. It's been a little while since I made a video. Things have been a little busy around here, busier than normal, and haven't had a lot of off time. I've been working a little more than normal, and then when I get home at night, I do the dinner thing and then crash and haven't been stitching at night. And so I've been stitching mostly during my off time, but I don't have a lot of off time lately because there've just been a lot of things going on with my family, and it's just been a little busier than normal, but everyone's good, everyone's well, so I'm thankful for that. And we'll just, tomorrow's another day, right? So I will show you a few of the things that I've been working on. I don't know if you can, I probably look a little swollen. I had some dental work done, so I've got some swelling and some bruising, so just ignore that. The first thing I want to show you is my permanent piece that I think I've shown it in every video that I've done, but this was my journey piece from last year. This was a piece I started years ago, and for those of y'all that may not have seen any of my other videos, and you may not know about what a journey piece is, the Sampler Guild that I'm a part of does a sampler journey each year, and that is where you make a contract with yourself that you will get a certain project done or a certain portion of a project done. And so I had made the contract with myself to get at least a third of this particular sampler done. And I did accomplish that. I'm happy to say that I met my goal, and I got half of it done, actually a little more than half probably. And I was very excited about that. A friend of mine, Jen, who's also in this same Sampler Guild, had done this piece and has completed it. And I think she said it took her 17 years to complete it. But she was like me. She had started it and then put it back for several years and then brought it back out and finished it. So this is how far I have gotten. I think on my last video I had gotten maybe to here. I was this far along. So I have done this large motif and some letters and all of these motifs. Halfway point was, where's my little string? Right in here. That's the halfway point. So I got more than half finished. I've still got to, there's some pieces of this that aren't, I've got to go in and finish filling in the back stitching here and the back stitching here in the center of that. And I have gone, it has little bits of red. I don't know if you can see the little bits of red, but I'm going back in. Oh, where did it go? There. I'm going back in and filling in some of those little bits of red. There will be a little bit right in here. And I think I already had that done. There's a little bit right here. And I started this and had to stop. I was doing that. Well, my son had surgery Wednesday, and so while I was in the hospital waiting, I was doing the red parts. So that is where I am right now. I'm very happy with the progress that I'm making. And I couldn't decide whether to, for this coming year's journey piece, I couldn't decide whether to finish this one or if I should start another one, because I've got so many things I want to work on. But I was afraid if I worked on something new, I wouldn't come back and finish this one, and I really want to finish it and get it framed. So even though I think I'll miss it when I'm not working on it anymore, I really do want to finish it. So I am going to contract to get this one finished. So hopefully in the next little bit, I don't know how long it'll take me, but I've got a year, and I'm really hoping it's not going to take me a year to get this finished. I'm not going to work on it exclusively. I am going to work on other things, so we'll see. Alrighty, I went to a Halloween stitch-in that my friend Debbie was the facilitator for, Debbie Goss, and she did such a great job. She had, I think maybe 3 kits that we could choose from, and she did a murder mystery for the day, which was a lot of fun. There was a skeleton in the closet that had been killed by a pair of embroidery scissors. And she had left clues throughout the room as to who did it. And the suspects were all cross-stitch designers. And it was just a lot of fun. She did such a good job. She always makes a fun day. So the project that I chose was Hands-On Design, Pumpkin Spice Farm. I love that one. And as is usual when I get together with a bunch of women, I don't get a lot of stitching done, but I made a little progress. So that is how far I got on that one. Oh, the lighting's not very good. But so hopefully I will have that one maybe finished by the next time I make my next video. I'm hoping so. I love this. This is done on, I think it's on the called for fabrics, which you're prepared for, I guess. I'm not sure which fabric I'm working on. I think it's the called for fabrics though. And I know it's the called for threads. The next one is a Stitchy Box sampler, the Sarah Davis Clonmel 1824 sampler. This is a stitch along that I'm doing through Stitch Mania with Stitchy Box, and we are to report in each month our progress. And this is how far I've gotten on it, which is not very far, but there are many that are much further along than I am, and there are some that aren't as far as I am. So it's not a race. So I'm not in competition with anybody. I just, I like the accountability. I like the fact that we have to report in each month, because that does make me want to make some sort of progress, some sort of forward motion anyway. I truly don't expect to get this one done because it's not high on my priority list, but it's an easy stitch. There are no fancy stitches. I don't think there are any fancy stitches. I think it's all just cross stitch, but it's a fun one to do. It's very easy, and it's almost like a band sampler where, you know, everything's the same color all the way, you know, all the letters on this are the same, and then the next set of things that I have to do, I think, are numbers. I can't really read it right now. I don't have my glasses on, but it'll all be the same. So anyway, that's been a lot of fun to work on too. Y'all, this summer schoolhouse series that I have been working on, I am not a builder. I am not. For some reason, this house is just beating me up. I don't know why I'm struggling with this house. I think the last time I showed y'all, I had a portion of the house done, and I was ripping it back out. Well, I don't know how many times I sewed and ripped and sewed and ripped and sewed and ripped, but it was affecting the integrity of the fabric. And so I finally gave up on that little guy, and Donna, bless her heart, Donna had an extra piece of the fabric, and so she gave me some of the Lugana that I needed to start again. And so I started again with this little house, bless it, and I think I've already ripped it out 3 times. I don't know what it is. I think it's a mental block. I think I'm letting it whip me, and I'm not. I am stubborn. I am not gonna let this thing whip me. But I think I'm on the right track right now. But I'm still in this little bitty house, y'all. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna get this house done. I have no words. I'm not sure why this house just wants to defeat me, but I'm going to get it done. I'm going to love it. None of the other pieces I'm not having problems with any of the other pieces. I think it's just a mental block. Okay, I'm going to get over it. I'm going to get this done. By next video, I'm going to have a house. I am going to build me a house. So, there. Alrighty. This one I don't think I have worked on since I started my birthday mania, which was in July, the end of June, first part of July. And I really want something small that I can finish, like this little pumpkin spot. I need a finish. So this is Hands-On Designs, the Partridge and Doves, the 12 Days of Christmas. And like I said, I don't think I've worked on this at all since my birthday mania, but this is how far I have gotten. Not very far, but enough to know that it's fun, and I will be working on that this week. This is also on the called for fabric, with the called for fabric. One finish that I do have is, and I didn't bring the pattern in, but it was the Hands-On Design, the Year in Chalk. And I finished this actually maybe a couple of months ago, but it was before I found Priscilla and Chelsea. I wish I had found them before I finished this, because it's a cute little thing here, and I wanted to be able to change out the months. And like I say, it was before I started watching Priscilla and Chelsea, and I didn't even think about magnets. I just thought maybe Velcro, and so I don't know if you can hear it, but see, I put Velcro in there so that I could change them out. Magnets would have been much better. Wish I had done that. And I may do that with future ones, put magnets on it, but it's really cute. I like that one. Okay, I am working on a project for work, not cross stitch. This one's going to be, well, I'm not even going to tell you what it's going to be, but it involves all these yo-yos. Really cute yo-yos. Lots of really cute yo-yos. So when I finish this project, I will make a video and show you. I've got a whole little pile of them here. So that one's going to be a lot of fun. I love yo-yos. They make me think of when I was a little girl. I won't say little girl, but 8, 9, 10, I don't know. My mom taught me how to crochet and how to quilt. And it was just, when I say how to quilt, it was stitching, blocks this big together by hand. We would cut them out with scissors, and if there were any type of shape at all other than squares, she would draw the pattern out on a piece of sandpaper, and we would trace that or cut around that. Anyway, another activity that she would have me do in the summer to keep me busy and stop me from whining, that I was bored, is she would have me make yo-yos. And I don't even know what happened to those things, because I don't remember ever seeing anything completed out of them. But I do remember making yo-yos when I was a little girl. So this kind of reminds me of that. So it's fun. I love it. I love yo-yos. Love hexies. Oh, well, speaking of hexies, I'll tell you, if I have time, I'll tell you about something else in just a minute. I have a yard sale find here that I just love. It's just a little, it's a sewing box, I guess you call it. Little sewing basket, but it's really sweet. Oh, stuff in it. Okay, So it opens up on each side. And on this, in this section, there's a little part there that you can put your thread in. And I think the other side is just, no, there's one in there too. Isn't that cute? And I picked that up for just for a few bucks. I love it. So that's my little yard sale find. And I wanted to kind of give a shout out to a friend of mine who makes the most adorable baskets. And she does these by hand. She makes the baskets. She grows the materials to make the baskets. She grows the materials. She dyes all the materials. Then she makes all the baskets. And they're just adorable. This is one of the baskets that I recently purchased from her. And it's made around an old potato masher. Isn't that cute? I love that one. It's just different, you know. Thought it was really cute. And this is one. Okay, I'm going to show you her card. I left her card on this so I could show everybody. Her name is Dawn Gabrielli, Baskets by Dawn. And there is her website. And I'm sure if you are interested, I'm sure she would love to make you a basket, possibly even custom make you a basket. It's basketsbydawn.com. And her phone number, her contact information. This one is a little pin cushion, and you can put your spools of thread there. Really cute. I've got several of her baskets. My favorite one I couldn't even lay my hands on right before the video. Here again, I decided to make this video spur of the minute, so I just grabbed a few things, and she has another basket that I really like that has a wooden handle in the, it's about this big around. It's got a wooden handle in the center of it, and it's got a solid wood bottom. And so I use that to do, I do a lot of hexie work too, so I keep my hexies in there. And this is one that I just picked up this weekend. Look at this little guy. This has got the wood bottom that I was just talking about. And so she suggested using this for salt and pepper, to put your salt and pepper shaker in there. Isn't that cute? I love it for the fall. And then one more, just to show you some of the different shapes that she makes. I think I'll hang this over the doorknob. Sweet. So, that's Dawn Gabrielli, Baskets by Dawn. Okay, my video hasn't gone too long yet, so I want to tell you about a gift that I was given since the last time I saw you guys. A friend of mine, and I won't name his name because I didn't ask his permission to share this story. So I hope if he watches this, and he did not want the story shared, I hope he forgives me, but a friend of mine recently had a heart attack, and he probably should have died, but the Lord wasn't finished with him yet. So it was very serious. That was a couple of months ago, I guess, when he had the heart attack. But prior to the heart attack, he had come to me and said that his great-grandmother's house was being torn down. And he and his mom had gone to the house to see if there was anything in it that they wanted. And his mom, they had found a trunk in the attic. And it had a lot of quilt tops in it. And his mom wasn't interested in them. And she said she didn't want them. She was just going to throw them away. So my friend said he wanted them. And he brought them home. And he brought them to me and asked me if I thought they were worth keeping. And I'm like, well, are they worth anything to you? That's what's important. And he said, yeah, he wanted to keep them and wanted to save them. And I said, then by all means, they're worth it. So he wanted to learn how to quilt them, and I said I would help him. Well, he sent me a text later on and said that his wife didn't want him to quilt them because guys don't quilt. And that he was just he had taken them to Goodwill. And I just about died because they were priceless to me. they would have been priceless to me if they had been my great-grandmother's, and I just couldn't believe he took those to Goodwill. But, you know, he sent me a text and said he was kidding, so, you know, then I wanted to beat him up for, for freaking me out like that. But there was one quilt in particular that I just fell in love with as soon as I laid my eyes on it, and it was a hex. I said I love hexies. It was a hexie quilt, and it was just beautifully done, and I just loved it. So fast forward to last week, he came into the shop and said that he was ready to quilt one of them and wanted me to help him, and I said I would. And he asked which one he should quilt, and I said, well, you probably want to quilt the one that you like the best, because you may not ever quilt but one of them. And so he kind of narrowed it down to two quilts. And I said, well, I like this one the best personally, but I think it's going to be the hardest one to quilt. So you may want to start with this one. And it was like bubblegum pink squares, and then it had half square triangles and bubblegum pink. Anyway, I thought it would be easier for him to learn to quilt. So we got all his stuff, and as he started to leave, I asked him if he had all of his things. Did he grab his quilts? And he said yes, and he lifted the top one off and handed it to me. And he said, but this one's for you. Y'all, that touched me so deeply that he cared enough about me that he was willing to give me one of his great-grandmother's quilts. I've known him for 30 years, and he is like family to me, and I love him dearly. But y'all, I've got to show you this quilt that he gave me. I'm just blown away still. It's a quilt top, but he wants me to finish it, to quilt it. But y'all, look at this quilt. I mean, I can't show all of it. It is just gorgeous, though. I am so in love with this thing. Let me see if I can. It's beautifully done. His great-grandmother did wonderful work. I don't know if I can show y'all these stitches. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they are so precise, so even, so tiny. She did beautiful work. And I am so honored to have this in my possession. So I don't know when I will get this quilted, because I want to be able to give it the attention that it deserves. But in the meantime, I want to display it. So I don't know if I'll use this like as a tablecloth here in the dining room. That we never use this dining room table. It's a catch-all. Let's be real. So I may display it like as a tablecloth or something. But isn't it lovely? Oh, I'm just blown away. He just touched me deeply, and I'm so honored. So I think that's about all that I am going to do today. I've got another busy day today. The next week hopefully will be a little more laid back, and I'll have a little more stitching time. I need that. So I hope so. Hope y'all have a great stitchy week and get to do all the things you love, and I will talk with you again soon. Bye.